This apparently is the museum. These are molds, but for what, I don't know. Maybe they're molds for those architectural pieces, but most of these are too small. I'd say cookies. Here's a 3D mold. Definitely cookies or bread. Seems very much an Indian face, but it doesn't seem like a Buddha. It's kind of a small metal statue of Buddha. These are statues of various kings, usually heavenly, imaginary, and a tremendous number of Buddhas over against the left side and around the wall. Here, a dragon pillar. It's interesting how Buddha comes in many different forms. His hand positions signal all kinds of things, not to mention his reclining, standing, sitting, whereas Christ seems to have one pose, that's hanging from a cross. These clay tablets of Buddha on earth near the big wild goose pagoda. This is interesting. It's entitled Prince Masafativa Feeding a Famished Tiger. I'd say that was an understatement. I think the tiger's feeding on him. A crouching lion figure. It's a wonder that these things escaped the Cultural Revolution. I wonder why. This should be more interesting for the non-Buddha person. So I'm going to read this. I can't be sure it can be read on the video. Unique part of Chinese history and culture, ancient times, identification, a token of authority, popular during the Warring States period. Combination of calligraphy, sculpture, and plastic arts. There were common seals, official seals, personal seals, as well as some rare religious seals and signature seals. This is also a way of defining the organization of the bureaucracy, etc. Again, I search for the anomalies because they're all the same and indistinguishable for me, and I suspect all but the Chinese scholar of seals. This appears to be a multi-sided seal, probably about 2 inches by 1.25 inches square. This is less than 1/2 inch. I've got it on telemacro. Here, a tiny seal, probably measuring, maybe 1/2 inch at the base and maybe 1 inch tall. And here it appears that the design itself of a bird was critical to the seal. Here's some very small ones. This is not more than 1/4 inch wide, maybe 3/4 long. I don't know if size mattered, but these seals are about 2.5 to 3 inches square. This is interesting because the stone is rough cut on all but the seal side. You can well imagine the different things this seal did. This seems to be of some kind of clear crystal, perhaps a quartz. Here's some ritual jade, thought to have unique attributes because it was associated with the mountains and the connection between heaven and earth. Again, these items would have meaning to a Chinese scholar. This is a jade knife. I wonder what its cutting abilities were relative to obsidian. This looks like an axe. Jade man and woman. probably the top knot on the left, indicating one or the other. Same thing here. Jade hairpin looks more like a spike. This in the form of a fish, but with some kind of scribing on it. Necklace. Here a pretty piece in a dragon motif. You can imagine if this would belong to somebody and they wore this with great pride in their life. These are belt hooks made of jade with various designs on them. Probably synonymous with a cowboy belt. And a tiny little jade horse, maybe 3/4 of an inch long. Here a little dragon. These were sword ornaments, perhaps on the handle, perhaps inlaid. Beautifully carved sword finial, which I suspect went at the end of the handle. And another. These might have been jade pendant assemblies, or an assembly of jade pendants. Notice the more white color of this jade, which looks like it has some, yeah, it's been cut through, so it's been, these are jade pigs. These much more realistic than the latter. Jade hawk definitely would have been appreciated by the Egyptians. And a dragon head. An agate mortar. Three-legged jade toad. You wonder if that has some significance, the 3 legs. Lovely interior for this museum. This is a little portable stove, and this is some kind of cooking vessel. Here's an idea of how these weapon pieces were used. Notice some were tied on, probably through a slot, yeah. And then others were embedded in. I think that shaft went inside. Cocoon-shaped pot. It's a stone plow and a stone axe. Doesn't seem like much, but I'll bet compared to any other way, this was an incredible revolution. Very elegantly designed axe. This was unearthed from the Han Dynasty. Principally, it was to hold water. But what a very big, beautiful vessel that is. These are either gilded or gold. That's a phoenix. Imagine the pride a woman took wearing this. Some of the 3-color glaze. These women stand about 2 feet tall. I think this is designed to represent probably their clothing styles, but more importantly, their hairstyles. This is lovely because it's animated. It stands about 18 inches tall. Some kind of sarcophagus, but notice it's in 2 pieces. I mean 3 pieces, the lid's in 2 pieces. From the Northern Wei dynasty. Some whimsical circus characters. A man balancing on the end of a pole held by another. But these have been owned by a small child, do you think? Here's the model for the statue in the park. And with the same ultimate theme. This is interesting because it looks like an Appaloosa, and I can't tell whether the man's carrying a dog or a sheep. Perhaps a sheep, and if that's the case, he's a herder, I would imagine. Here a man with a bird on his head carrying a dumbbell. And a musician. Perhaps a flautist. And a zither player. This is an outer coffin or sarcophagus type thing, which the Egyptians would appreciate with all of the work done to the panel, the relief work. A very delicate gold-traced coral red porcelain bowl from the Qing dynasty, 1723 to 35. And this referred to as a tray, but some kind of pot, 5-footed. Another army. Notice there are different hand and arm positions, though presumably all of them were holding some kind of a weapon. Notice the green color versus the red, probably different type of warrior, also different hats, perhaps indicating rank. This is a gilded bronze, presumably silver, zun container, whatever zun is. Here we can see the sewer pipes, how they're used. Probably with pitch. There he goes. You got to show him how to do it. Get it swinging, it'll pick up its momentum. Oh, guess you're not supposed to do it. There we give it a good whack. Hit her that all over the old town. Wake up a few of the ancestors. Two different design BC for some reason. Now I'm on the other side of the pagoda from where I entered. Very quiet park-like area. Essentially the same system as the bamboo, but what I don't understand is how they secure those horizontal cantilevered bars that support the rest of the structure, particularly that platform.